right, I'm going to go ahead and solve 5 now. This one's a little trickier because it involves squares. You're going to have to trust my math on this for those who don't know how to do this. Remember, the first thing we want to do is add our y. So we have our y in there, no big deal. Now we have to switch our x and y. Now we have to switch it. So when you're done, you end up like this. And again, if you were to type this in exactly into Desmos, this would graph it correctly, but you still have to solve it for y. So how do I get that in there? Check it out. I'm going to add the 8 on both sides. I'm going to add the 8 on both sides, and I get x plus 8 equals 2y squared. Order of operations, you want to get rid of this 2 first. So I'm going to divide this 2 out on both sides. I end up with x over 2 plus 8 divided by 2 is 4 equals y squared. And now I basically have to take the whole square root on both sides. So I'm going to take the square root on both sides, more or less. And that ends up with y equals, because the square root of y squared is y equals, draw this whole thing over x over 2 plus 4. And this right here is your answer. Let's go ahead and solve D as well. Let's write down y equals 3/4 x minus 1. X minus 1, that's a weird x. Let's fix it. X minus 1 squared plus 9. First thing you're going to do after this is switch your x and y. So I have x equals 3/4 x minus 1, not x, y minus 1 squared. Now, I do believe, I haven't looked into it, but I'm pretty sure Desmos has an inverse function calculator that you can just kind of type it in and get it. I'm not opposed to that, as long as you understand what the inverse is. And there are going to be some questions that like demand you work it. So here we go. X minus 9. You see I moved the 9 over. That's the order of operations here. Leaving you with this. Minus y1 squared. I got to get rid of this 3/4. To get rid of a fraction, you're going to multiply by both sides by 4/3. That's how this works. You flip it and multiply. And again, that is straight up rules of fractions. That's that. I'm going to multiply this through 4/3. X basically goes in like this. 4 times this, we end up with minus 36. 4 times 9 is 36. And then I'm going to keep the 3 on the denominator. So that looks weird. This cancels out. This 3/4 and 4/3 cancels out. And so you're now left with y minus 1 squared. Now you're going to take the square root of both sides. Looks funky, but that's what we're going to do. It's not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to take the square root on both sides, and I end up with the square root of 4/3 x minus 36 over 3 equals y minus 1. Real funny, right? I think so. I'm going to scroll down and give it some more room. Then what you do to finish this is you add 1 to both sides. You got to get rid of that 1 now. And it will not be inside the house. So when it's all said and done, I'm going to write the answer this way. I'm going to put the y on this side. Y equals the square root of 4/3 x minus 36 over 3. And then you're going to put that plus 1 all the way over here on the outside. And that is your example 5 worked out. Again, there are, in fact, some, and I hope I worked it all the way. I'm not going to check my accuracy right now. There are, in fact, I believe calculators that do this stuff for you. Again, I know that's kind of pseudo-cheating, but at this point of the year, at this point with y'all's math skills, as long as you understand what it's saying when it says inversed, I'm cool with that. All right, good luck.